Hello,
awesome.
and welcome to this video.
Followed you on Twitter,
I'm Toby Tobuscus Turner. Bless your face.
Yes.
Welcome to my...
Hey, how's it going? I'm funnystuffkr Kevin, and since you're watching this, I'm assuming you're sitting at Mr. Lambillotte's class, thinking to yourself,
What? Who is this? Why is Mr. Lambillotte showing this to us?
well, that's the first most probable thing. Of course, it could also be,
Yes, he's showing us a video. Less work for me.
or it could just be daydreaming. Trust me, this video will help show you how to read your passage because there is nothing scary about speaking in public. I know I'm speaking to a camera, but that's not the point. But if you're still not feeling that comfortable speaking in public, I did do a separate video with Mr. Myers that shows you several tips on how to speak in public better. So if you want to see that video, just remember my channel name, which is funnystuffkr. I'll leave a link to the video in the description below, as well as an annotation at the end of the video. So I'm going to show you how to find a passage, how to determine if it is appropriate, and what will happen if you do it wrong and if you do it right. Hey Kevin, you know that nothing can come to or from the heart except blood, right? The special blood should come from your brain. Literal clone, you're not helping. What do you mean? Of course I'm helping. Then can you help by jumping down into the lava death hole? Fine. Stupid clone. So now let me help you find a passage. So first, think of your favorite book. And if you're not a reader, I'll get to you in a second. And don't worry, I'll give you time to think of that book. Hope you got it down, because we're gonna move on now. Now with that book in your head, I want you to think of the first part where you felt knowledgeable or just good after reading it. Maybe a part where somebody said something important. Basically a part in the book where you felt something meaningful, like a motif of the book. A lesson, if you will. So here's a good and bad example.
One day, Bugs Bunny came running out of a second-hand bookshop in a great excitement. He bumped into Elmer Fudd. Whoa, Wabbit! Elmer cried. What's the wush? Look what I found in an old magazine, Bugs replied. According to these plans, all we need to build our machine are some pieces of junk.
Transition!
Almost everyone is obsessed with leaving a mark upon the world. Bequeathing a legacy, outlasting death. We all want to be remembered. I do too. That's what bothers me most, is being another remembered casualty in the ancient and inglorious war against disease. I want to leave a mark.
Now for my music listeners. Now, I'm not going to recommend playing your favorite song, because, well, here's my favorite song. It has no lyrics. And here's my friend's favorite song. It has no meaning and it sucks terribly. So you see, we don't want to kill everyone in the room, we just want to enlighten them with a meaningful passage. The last thing would obviously be that the song is not appropriate for school. But as you can see, I can't show it to you in this video because you're watching it at school. I did make a deleted scenes / bloopers video, which you can watch at home. I'll leave a link in the doobly-doo. So what you have to do is think of a song that you bought or downloaded, not for the beat or the dancing or any other reason, but that you bought for the lyrics. That's because those songs usually have something meaningful that you can read it for class. For example, the song that I read in 2010 was Fireflies by Owl City. But depending on when you're watching this can make complete sense to you, or you might be extremely confused. Oh well. Here's how it went when I read my passage. You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. Because they'd fill the open air and leave teardrops everywhere. You think me rude, but I would just stand and stare. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, because everything is never as it seems. Because I'd get 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs as they try to teach me how to dance, a foxtrot above my head, a sock hop beneath my bed, the disco ball is just hanging by a thread. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, because everything is never as it seems.
So now that you know how to find a passage, let's talk a little bit about how to find information about the author or artist. So this is what's exciting. It could be anything. But since you only have to find out some basic information about the author or artist, I suggest finding out some stuff like birth and death dates and simple stuff like that. But also don't forget to include some interesting facts, because after all, you don't want to bore everyone to death. So I think you know how this goes by now. Here's a good and bad example.
John Green is an award-winning New York Times best-selling author. He has twice been a finalist for the LA Times Book Prize with his brother Hank. John, his one half of the Vlogbrothers, parentheses, youtube.com/vlogbrothers, or visit him online at johngreenbooks.com. That was the worst ever! Jordan, you're a failure!
P.S. Don't read straight out of the author info section in the book.
Theodore Seuss Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, was born in 1904 in Howard Street in Springfield, Massachusetts. Ted's father and grandfather were brewmasters in the city.
So as you can tell, even though that was a good one, kids aren't very interested in learning stuff about authors and artists. So if you read the rubric, explanation sheet, or whatever Mr. Lambillotte gave you this year, you'll notice that you have to give a brief explanation of what is happening in the story. If it's a book or a poem, that's great because it's very easy to give some information about the characters, where they are, and the setting and stuff like that. Those that are going to need help are the ones that chose a song, because it's kind of hard to know what this means. So what I recommend you do is to try your best to find information of what the song is about, or why the artist wrote it, for example. So that's just an idea of the song before you start reciting it or singing it. And hey, nothing wrong with singing it, as long as it's not the bad kind. And by bad kind, I mean not the one that it's inappropriate, but the one that makes your ears bleed by how bad it is. Also, important note, remember to read your passage and your author explanation at least twice. Once alone, and once with your family, so you get an initial reaction of how the class is going to react by it, and so that you don't run screaming to the nurse's office.
Mary Grace, you're up next.
Now let me recap what you should do when you go read. First, give the title of a song or passage. Second, say the author's name and any information that you found out about him or her, or other. Third, give a little setup or explain a little bit about the story or song. Fourth, read your passage with meaning, or sing your song with passion. And trust me, there's nothing wrong with singing the song, because that's going to be the best memory of 7th grade that you're going to have ever if you do it. And finally, after you're done reading the story, explain to the class, that means no looking at Mr. Lambillotte the whole time, why the passage is meaningful to you. And for that, just speak from the heart. Aren't you glad little old clone is gone? Oh, and of course then just answer any questions that a student might have. And now, all that's left is to show you two students reading their passage in front of the class and how they react to it. Except what's different this time is I didn't edit it too much, just for you to see how the students really reacted to it. Oh, P.S. The two people that are reading this are actually my brothers, and they're reading this in a classroom full of strangers. So, enjoy!
My project is about Fallen Kingdom, which is a Minecraft YouTube video by Captain Sparkles. Captain Sparkles is a YouTuber who makes Minecraft videos. I used to rule the world. Chunks would load when I gave the word. Now every night I go stow away, hide from the mobs I used to slay. They once were terrified every time I looked into their eyes. Villagers would cheer my way. For a hero I was, that's what they'd say. Any questions?
Can you read the whole song?
No. Is that your favorite song? No. Is all you say is no? No. Hello, logic on the song One Day, which is by Matthew Paul Miller, which was born in June 30, 1979. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for what people also say, that we don't want to fight no more, no more, and children will play one day, one day.
Move on to the next part, please.
Yes. So I just picked the song because it shows how we can have peace and how if we pray for it, it can happen.
Beautiful! Yeah, it was!
Questions, anyone? You!
Why is this so important to your lifestyle?
Because I want peace.
And throughout the world.
Yeah.
So you see, that's it. Nothing to be worried about. So anyways, if you want to see my previous video, just click up here. If you want to see the public speaking tips, just click up here. You can go to my channel down here, subscribe over here. That's it for me, and I'll see you next time.
No, the house. Oh, this is not even safe. It's not even safe here. Oh god, no, I'm gonna lose right here.